Creativity is an addiction. Unplugged because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally Uncut because we all make mistakes, so why not turn it into a tool? This is Arroe Unplugged. I am so glad that we are finally getting the opportunity to talk about this because I've learned of something. It's a new spiritual protector. It's called 7 knots. You familiar with this? Now for some, it's a string with 7 handmade knots evenly placed around the necklace or the bracelet. The spiritual meaning is to ward off evil spirits and to protect yourself from bad luck. Plus, some people use the 7 knots to receive 7 wishes. Now, the last time that I received a hidden away message such as this was just over a year ago when I was invited to soak banana peels in green rubbing oil because it removes the pain from the body. And you know what? It does. It works. Here's why I should try 7 knots. The woman that shared it with me always complains about having a bad pain in her neck. So she started using the 7 knots. The pain has gone away. But here's the crazy part. At 3:35 this morning, I woke up from a dream and my neck was hurting horribly. And right away I thought of the 7 knots. But then I was reminded of the banana peels inside the green rubbing oil. Which do I use? How do we grow? Is this just an old wives' tale? Well, I know the rubbing oil physically works. You take the peelings and you soak it for 30 days. Do not go in it. And after the 30 days, you can start rubbing it on your body. And it works. Now, will I try the 7 knots? I think I should, because it does come with that spiritual connection. Plus, it creates conversation. Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer, the silent wolf. I sit beneath the brush of the everyday world, and I watch, and I listen. I learn about things such as the 7 knots or the banana peels soaking in green rubbing oil. This is The Daily Mess. I'm not so sure about our business return to shaking hands. It's kind of like almost gross to reach out there and shake someone's hand. It's like, I don't know where that thing has been. Are you kidding me? I mean, with the COVID numbers and RSV on the uptick right now, the general reaction has returned to, oh, well, if it happens, it happens. Many medical people pass through our day at my essential job, and they're talking about how their hospitals are overcrowded with people who've got COVID and who are suffering from RSV. The idea of putting yourself in some sort of quarantine is an insult to other people's freedoms. I mean, we've been here before, except this time, our holiday gatherings are so big. And the self-prescribed treatments include liquid IV, Tylenol, get yourself some Mucinex, keep an eye on your temperature, your scratchy throat, and the wheeziness in your lungs. But back to the business handshake. Is it really necessary? I mean, even the fist bump can spread those evil juices to another person's body. Do you know where those knuckles have been? Being aware of the air that's around you. No guarantee. The handshake, the fist bump. You're speaking too close to me. Come on, 6 feet, please. It's almost like we've got PTSD. We physically see what's being played out, but what we're doing is we're playing with the dangers of the potential of getting. We've talked about this before, the articles about what's going on college campuses. The students don't want to be quarantined if they find out if they have COVID, so therefore they won't take the test. If you don't know, you don't know. But why? Why are we putting ourselves in a position such as that? So many of my friends have said, because we're going to get better anyway, it's just going to take a few days, but it's going to work itself out. Where I get lost is, why did we have to go that far? Not only are we shaking hands and fist bumping, but people are hugging. I mean, they are hugging. And I totally get it because man or woman, I don't care. I'm a hugger too, and it just feels so good in a world that feels like it's being broken in two. But are we spreading something that's going to get out of control? Or is it my PTSD. Remember now, I've got banana peels in my green rubbing oil, and I also know something about the 7 knots. You want to try it with me? You going to take a chance with it? How are we going to make it through this part of the story? And are you documenting the changes that we're going through? It's not a difficult chore, because if you go to the doctor, they're going to say, when did this start? I don't know. Maybe, the air that you surround yourself with comes with no guarantees. Just play it safe. That's all you have to do. Play it safe. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.